All right. Welcome back to another part of the Fanmade Columbia TriStar Art for DVD Ideas 2025 edition. Now we're going to talk about the February 1st, 2005 releases. February 1st, 2005, that was just 20 days before Season 3 of Dragon Tales premiered on February 21st of 2005. With the episode To Fly with a New Friend being the Season 3 premiere. Alright, now we'll get to the releases released on February 1st, 2005. The first one is Arthur's Money Matters, obviously released on February 1st, 2005, and it's got the Season 1 episodes, Arthur Bounces Back, DW Tricks, and the Season 3 episode, DW Tricks the Tooth Fairy, and the Season 6 episode, More, which is the redubbed version with Rendell voicing Arthur. And the only sponsor on here is Chuck E. Cheese's, because beginning on February 1st, 2005, Libby's Juicy Juice, Post-Alphabet Cereal, and Teddy Grahams no longer sponsored the show for DVD releases. And as for the bonus Dragon Tales episodes for Arthur's Money Matters, they are the Season 2 episodes, One Big Wish, and Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. I chose those episodes for Arthur's Money Matters because in One Big Wish, Max makes a wish to get bigger. So he drops a quarter in the pond. And a quarter is a type of coin. And coins can be used to make money. Or collect money, rather. Now, for the opening, the February 1st, 2005 releases will be one of the last releases to have the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo at the very beginning. And they will also be the last releases to have the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo on the packaging, including the spine, the back cover, and the disc art. For the opening to Arthur's Money Matters, it'll have the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo, with the DVD music heard in films without as much tolling bells, in widescreen. Then the 2004 Columbia TriStar Family Fun promo and the Swan Princess Collection trailer, exactly like the October 5th, 2004 releases, except that after those trailers, a trailer for Are We There Yet is added, which is a film that was released theatrically in 2004 and had Ice Cube, and it came out on DVD on May 24th, 2005, and it can be found on the DVD of Little Black Book, released on January 25th, 2005, I think. Little Black Book, it was released in January 2005. That had a trailer for Are We There Yet? So this trailer for Are We There Yet will also be included for those Arthur DVDs released on February 1st, 2005, along with the May 10th, 2005 releases as well. After the Are We There Yet trailer for Arthur's Money Matters, we go to the DVD menu, then the FBA anti-piracy warning screen. This will be one of the first releases to use that warning screen. And then we get the warning and attention screens in widescreen this time, unlike the releases from 2002 to 2004, which will have it in full screen. Releases from 2005 and onward would have it in widescreen. For Arthur releases, this would mean releases from 2005 to 2006. Then we'll go to the title sequence with the glass breaking noises and the start of Arthur Bounces Back. Now the closing to the first part of the DVD will have the last few seconds of the episode More, and then the Season 6 to 7 online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, and then the Season 6 credits with the Techno remix with Rendell credited in the credits, and the extended Sonata logo and the WGBH logo without the word Boston. The funding for Arthur is provided by Screen from 2001 to 2010. And then the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad from 2003. And then we go right to the Season 6 funding credits. with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple checkerboard background. And it still has Dot's circular PBS Kids logo during the Through the Public Broadcasting Service announcement, shown in the purple background here. And on Arthur's Treasure Hunt, it's also shown on that same purple background as well. On Arthur's Tooth, it is shown on the green background. And on the releases from May 10th, 2005, which are Arthur Goes Crosswire and You Are Arthur, it's still shown in the yellow background, with Dot's circular PBS Kids logo on it. Releases from February 1st to May 10th, 2005 still had Dot's circular PBS Kids logo in the Through the Public Broadcasting Service announcement, even though this was released 4 months after Arthur was moved to the PBS Kids Go block at the time. Had to clear a notification out real quick. And then after the Season 6 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple checkerboard background on Arthur's Money Matters, it's got the PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. And then the Dragon Tales portion would start with the Fruit Loops cereal jungle ad, and then the Season 2 funding credits, and the Dragon Tales title sequence, and the start of the episode One Big Wish. Now the closing to the second half of the DVD will have the last few seconds of the episode Breaking Up Is Hard to Do, the Season 2 online promo from 2001 to 2002, the end credits, and in the fully animated Sesame Workshop logo with purple roof and green house, 1997 Columbia TriStar Television logo, 2003 Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad, Season 2 funding credits of Dragon Tales. And I was told by somebody that the episodes One Big Wish and Breaking Up Is Hard to Do ended with the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident. Somebody told me that the episodes One Big Wish and Breaking Up Is Hard to Do had the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident at the end, where Dash was thinking about something. And that's exactly what is featured after the Season 2 funding credits here on this DVD of Arthur's Money Matters. So Arthur's Money Matters has the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident appear after the Season 2 funding credits, where Dash is thinking about something. It's the only Arthur Home Media release where the regular Season 2 funding credits of Dragon Tales would be followed by the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, where Dash is thinking about something. Then after that, we go into the 2005 Deluxe Digital Studios Grid logo, which will be the very first release to use the new Deluxe Digital Studios Grid logo, which was introduced at the time. And it will feature the byline reading "A Division of Deluxe Laboratories" byline. On releases from February 1st and May 10th of 2005, the byline will appear that reads "A Division of Deluxe Laboratories," including this DVD. Then after that, DVD menu. Then we go into The Big Riddle, also released on February 1st, 2005, containing the episodes Arthur and the Big Riddle and It's a No-Brainer, which are both from Season 5, and the episode Rhyme for Your Life from Season 6, which is the redubbed Rendell version. Again, the only sponsor is Chuck E. Cheese's, and as for the bonus Dragon Tales episodes for The Big Riddle, they would be the Season 1 episodes Do Not Pass Gnome and Treasure Hunt. Now, for the opening, it'll start off with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the DVD music heard in films without as much tolling bells in widescreen. 2004 Columbia TriStar Family Fun promo, Swan Princess Collection trailer, Are We There Yet trailer, DVD menu, FBI anti-piracy warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with glass breaking noises, and start of Arthur and the Big Riddle. And the closing to the first part of the DVD, that will have the last few seconds of Rhyme for Your Life, Season 6 to 7 online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, Season 5 credits with the extended Sonar logo and WGBH logo without the word Boston, excuse me. So, it'll have the Season 5 credits with the extended Sonar logo and WGBH logo without the word Boston, and then funding for offers provided by Screen from 2001 to 2010. Then the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad from 2003, and then we abruptly go into the PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident, which is a rather abridged version of the Dash Transformation ident, where we just fade into the part with Dash in robot form. We do not see the caveman and scuba diver transformation before the robot transformation appears. Unlike on Arthur's Money Matters, which does have the caveman and scuba diver transformation before the robot. The caveman and scuba diver transformation would also be shown before the robot on Arthur's Treasure Hunt and on Arthur Makes a Movie and Arthur Goes on a Field Trip as well. The DVD versions of them, that is. Then after the abridged PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident for the Big Riddle, we will go into the Fruit Loops Cereal Jungle ad, which starts the Dragon Tales portion off. Season 1 funding credits, Dragon Tales title sequence, and the start of Do Not Pass Gnome. It makes sense to include Do Not Pass Gnome and Treasure Hunt on here because in Do Not Pass Gnome, they play a game of Simon Says, and a riddle is a type of game as well. Not to mention, Max accidentally breaks Emmy's yo-yo in the episode Do Not Pass Gnome. Now, the closing to the second half would have the last few seconds of the episode Treasure Hunt, Season 1 online promo from 1999 to 2000, the end credits with updated Sesame Workshop information, 2000 fully animated Sesame Workshop logo with the green roof and the blue house, 1997 Columbia TriStar Television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad, Season 1 funding credits, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen, 2005 Deluxe Digital Studios grid logo with a Division of Deluxe Laboratories byline, and DVD menu. I was told by Jeremy Barton that he saw sprout airings of the episode Do Not Pass Gnome and Treasure Hunt, and after the end credits, the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the Play It Smart text was surprisingly kept completely intact for the sprout airings of Do Not Pass Gnome and Treasure Hunt for some unexplained bizarre reason. It was not plastered with the Sesame Workshop logo apparently on those sprout broadcasts of those episodes. Now we go into Arthur's Tooth, another release from February 1st, 2005, containing the Season 1 episodes Arthur's Tooth and Sick as a Dog, and the Season 6 episode The Secret Life of Dogs and Babies, which is the more common redubbed version with Rendell voicing Arthur. The original Bradley version of The Secret Life of Dogs and Babies is extremely rare and hard to find. The only sponsor is again Chuck E. Cheese's, and I hate to tell you this, but the bonus Dragon Tales episodes that are shown here are the Season 1 episodes, My Emmy or Bust, and Light My Fire Breath. It only makes sense to include those episodes here because I could not find any Dragon Tales episode that was teeth related, so I had to find something that was close to what I think was appropriate here. And lo and behold, Light My Fire Breath was pretty close to being perfect. So that's why I included My Emmy or Bust and Light My Fire Breath here on Arthur's Tooth. I know some may not like the episode, but I had to include them because I thought it would be the only episodes that would make sense to the premise of the DVD of Arthur's Tooth. Alright, now for the opening for that DVD, it'll start off with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the DVD music without as much tolling bells, heard on films, in widescreen of course, 2004 Columbia TriStar Family Fun promo, Swan Princess Collection trailer, Are We There Yet trailer, DVD menu, FBI anti-piracy warning screen, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and start of Arthur's Tooth. Now, the closing to the first part is very interesting because it's got the last few seconds of the episode The Secret Life of Dogs and Babies, Season 6 to 7 online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, Season 6 end credits with the techno remix with Rendell credited in the credits with the extended Sonora logo and WGBH logo without the word Boston. And then the funding for Arthur's provided by Scream from 2001 to 2010, and the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad from 2003. And then get this. After this, you get the Season 6 funding credits, but in the grassy green checkered grid background, which has not been seen since January 14th, 2003, with the releases of Arthur's Family Fun and Arthur's Snow Day. And then, this will completely surprise you, because after that, you do not get the 2000 PBS Kids dot transformation ident that would usually appear after the Season 6 funding with the green background that was shown on Arthur's Family Fun, Arthur's Snow Day, and The Good Sport. But instead, on Arthur's Tooth, what surprisingly comes after the Season 6 funding with the grassy green checker grid background is the 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl ident, where Dash looks inside of a fishbowl, imagines himself as an orange goldfish, and gets eaten by Dot as a green fish, which fades in and out and says pbskids.org. I remember seeing this after the Season 7 funding with the grassy green checker grid background, with the same grant, except with Corporation for Public Broadcasting as the last sponsor, as the last grant, instead of public television viewers. And that's what inspired me to make fan-made blank Arthur DVDs from Sony Wonders, such as Arthur Stands Up to Bullying, Arthur's Tooth, Arthur Stands Up to Bullying, Arthur's Birthday, and Arthur's TV Free Week. Where for Arthur Stands Up to Bullying, I had the PBS Kids Fishbowl ident come up after the Season 7 through 8 funding used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple checkerboard background. But on Arthur's Birthday, I had the Season 7 through 8 funding credits with the grassy green checker grid background be followed by a PBS Kids ident that was never shown on DVD releases, but was shown on broadcasts, on TV broadcasts from 2002 to 2004. And you know what that is? The PBS Kids Snow Globe ident. I included that ident after the Season 7 through 8 funding with grassy green checkered grid background on Arthur's Birthday, with fade in and fade out effects, like the fishbowl one. I also added the fade in and fade out effects for the Snow Globe one on Arthur's Birthday, and also on Arthur's TV Free Week, I put the PBS Kids Snow Globe ident with fade in and fade out effects. Except on Arthur's TV Free Week, I included it after the Season 7 through 8 funding with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background instead. Anyway, back to Arthur's Tooth. After the PBS Kids Fishbowl ident, which fades in and out and says pbskids.org, we get the Kellogg's Fruit Loop Cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding credits, title sequence, and the start of My Emmy or Bust. Now the closing to the second part of the DVD would have the last few seconds of Light My Fire Breath, Season 1 online promo, end credits from 1999 to 2000, of course, end credits with updated Sesame Workshop information, fully animated Sesame Workshop logo from 2000 with green roof and blue house, 1997 Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad from 2003, Season 1 funding credits, 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen, 2005 Deluxe Digital Studios grid logo with a Division of Deluxe Laboratories byline and DVD menu. I also managed to make Season 7 and Season 8 DVD box sets with the PBS Kids Dash Transformation, Dot Transformation, Fishbowl, and Snow Globe idents as well. For the ones with the Snow Globe ident, I added it after the Season 7 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background and Season 8 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background, respectively, on Disc 4 of Season 7 and the first 3 discs of Season 8. As for the Fishbowl ident, I included it after the Season 7 funding with Grassy Green Checker Grid background on Discs 2 and 4, and Discs 1, 2, and 5 of Season 8, with Disc 1 using it after the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background in the Season 8 funding, and Discs 3 and 5, and Discs 2 and 5 after the Season 8 funding with Grassy Green Checker Grid background. Those are the discs that I put the Fishbowl ident on for Season 8 and Season 7 set. As for the Dash Transformation one, I put the Dash Transformation ident on Discs 1 and 3 of Season 7, after the Season 7 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background, and on Disc 3 after the season, and on Disc 3 of Season 8 after the Season 8 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background, after another episode on Disc 3, because the episode that will come before it had the Snow Globe ident on Disc 3. And as for the Dot Transformation ident, I included it on Disc 1 of Season 7 after the Season 7 funding with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. Same thing for Discs 2 and 3. And on Disc 4 and Disc 5 of Season 8, I included it after the Season 8 funding with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. Alright, sorry about this. I was just explaining which idents I put on the blank DVDs of Artford real quick. Anyway, last one from February 1st, 2005, Artford's Treasure Hunt. With the episodes being Artford's Treasure Hunt, Chips Are Down, and Revenge of the Chip, which are all from Season 3. Also released on February 1st, 2005. And the only sponsor is Chuck E. Cheese's. And the bonus Dragon Tales episodes would be Sky Pirates and Four Little Pigs. They are Season 1 episodes that is. The Season 1 episodes, Sky Pirates and Four Little Pigs. So the bonus Dragon Tales episodes are the Season 1 episodes, Sky Pirates and Four Little Pigs on Artford's Treasure Hunt. Now, for Artford's Treasure Hunt, Artford's Treasure Hunt will start off with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the DVD music without as much tolling bells. The very last, in widescreen, the very last DVD with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo in any fashion. 2004 Columbia TriStar Family Fun promo. Swan Princess Collection trailer. Are We There Yet trailer. DVD menu, FDA anti-piracy warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and start of Artford's Treasure Hunt. And the closing to the first part would have the last few seconds of Revenge of the Chip, Season 6 to 7 online and local library promo from 2001 and 2003, Season 3 credits with the extended Sonara logo and WGBH logo without the word Boston. Funding for Artford's provided by Screen from 2001 to 2010, Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad from 2003. Then we get the Season 6 funding credits and we go back to the Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background, just like on Artford's Money Matters. Then we go back to the PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident from 2000, where we see Dash transformed from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. So we do see the caveman and scuba diver transformations on this release before the robot part comes. Then the Dragon Tales portion starts off with the Fruit Loop cereal jungle ad, Season 1 funding credits of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of Sky Pirates. Now the closing would have the last few, to the second half would have the last few seconds of Four Little Pigs, Season 1 online promo from 1999 to 2000, the end credits with updated Sesame Workshop information, fully animated Sesame Workshop logo from 2000 with the green roof and the blue house, which plasters the CTW logo, obviously. 1997 Columbia TriStar Television logo, Frosted Flakes Playdate ad from 2003, Season 1 funding credits again, 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen, 2005 Deluxe Digital Studios Grid logo with a Division of Deluxe Laboratories byline and DVD menu. I also forgot to mention, I also made a couple of other DVDs with the fan-made blank DVDs of Arthur with the Dash Transformation and Dot Transformation idents, and put the Dot Transformation ident on a fan-made Sony Wonder Edition of Hooray for Health after the Season 6 funding with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background, released in late 2001. After the Grassy Green Checker Grid background on Arthur's Travel Adventures, released in late 2001, also before the Dot Transformation ident. And on Arthur's Mystery Files, after the Season 7 through 8 funding, used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background. Those DVDs I put the Dot Transformation ident on. And as for the Dash Transformation one, I put it on the blank DVDs of Arthur Goes Back to School, released in late 2001, and Arthur's Storybook, released in 2003. DVD version of Arthur's Storybook, released in 2003, both after the Season 6 funding with Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background. Anyway, sorry about this long pause here, but that was all I needed to say for now for the February 1st, 2005 releases, along with talking about some blank DVDs that I made with the different PBS Kids idents and stuff. Anyway, that was all the February 1st, 2005 releases. Stay tuned for part 11, which will be the May 10th, 2005 releases. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention about where I put the PBS Kids Fishbowl ident on for blank DVDs of Arthur. I also put it on disc 5 of season 7. So anyway, that was all the February 1st, 2005 releases, with me additionally talking about some blank DVDs of Arthur I made with different PBS Kids idents on them. Alright, now stay tuned for part 11, which will be the May 10th, 2005 releases.